Recap in minutes. Today we will be going through a thriller, adventure, and action movie from 2021 named Kate. There will be spoilers ahead in this video, so chill out and enjoy. The movie begins in Osaka, where a pink ice cream truck enters a factory building. A female shooter is getting ready for some assignment given by her boss, Varric, aka V. Kate is an assassin and expert sniper who eliminates targets chosen by him. As she is getting ready for her mission, V reminds her of the importance of this mission, saying that they have to eliminate this powerful Yakuza syndicate. After that, she gets out of the truck and goes to the entrance of the garage. She asks them for the address of some other building and kills them in the process. She climbs up the building and waits for someone. A bit later, a car appears in that area and her target, Kentaro, comes out of it. But Kate resists taking the shot because a child has unexpectedly accompanied him. She ultimately shoots the target at Varric's insistence. While Kate's assignment is a success, this breach of her personal code to not kill in the presence of children leaves her in emotional turmoil. 10 months later, they are in Tokyo and talk about her retirement from this work. V says they know they did wrong in Osaka. It was just collateral damage and nothing else. She responds that she tried to overcome that incident but couldn't. Kate was left orphaned as a child. Varric raised her as a father figure, giving her extensive training in weapons and combat, and eventually inducting her into his private team of specialists. Now she wanted to get out of it completely. After that, she goes back to her hotel where she meets a charismatic stranger, Steven. The pair share a bottle of wine and she takes him into her room. When she was checking his wallet and ID, she receives another message from V for another assignment. She asks Steven to leave and goes to the location herself. Later, while preparing her sniper's nest, she starts getting symptoms of dizziness that cause her to miss the shot. She hurries to escape the building, steals a car from some Japanese, and crashes it on the road while being chased by the police. Ultimately, she gets rescued by V on the other side of the street. The next moment, she wakes up in a hospital where the doctor tells her that she has been diagnosed with acute radiation syndrome. Kate has some flashbacks and realizes that Steven poisoned her. She asks the doctor which substance is used and how much time she has left. He says this radiation is caused by polonium-204, and she has only 1 day to live. The doctor goes to call the nurse when she cries out loud. At that moment, she disguises herself as a nurse and leaves her bed. The police also arrive searching for the culprit who crashed the car on the road. She steals a pistol from one of the detectives and threatens the doctor to give her the necessary medicine. She takes him to the medicine room and collects some injectable stimulant drugs. Then she steals another car and sets out to exact revenge on whoever poisoned her. As she already has seen his ID card, Kate tracks down Steven and his girlfriend, and she learns that they were strong-armed into poisoning her by Sato, who is the manager of the Yakuza syndicate, which is affiliated with the Kijima crime family. Kijima is the brother of Kentaro, whom she killed in Osaka 10 months back. She goes to V and tells him everything. V asks her if there is any antidote for polonium-204. She says it is a very rare poison and it has no antidote. Then she asks him who Sato and Kijima are. He tells him that Kijima marked her in Osaka when she killed his brother in front of him. He is after her from that very moment, and this is the revenge for Osaka. She asks for his address and goes to his palace called Black Lizard. At night, she sneaks into the palace and finds Sato eating with his men. She enters while killing the guard and asks him why he poisoned her. He says he only follows the orders of Kijima, and he apologizes to her. She asks for his address but he remains silent. There she kills him instantly. She grabs another man and asks the same questions. Suddenly, Yakuza guards enter and surround them. Her gun gets empty when she clicks it, then she fights them with her bare hands. He kills all of them with her skills. The last guard tells her that she should go to Ani-chan, Kijima's niece, who would lead her to Kijima. After that, she goes directly to a club to find Ani. She knocks her guards off, grabs her, and takes her out in the street. There she asks him to call Kijima, but she says he does not have any number. She only calls his advisor Renji. Kate talks to his advisor and threatens to kill Kijima's niece if he does not come to the central market. Then she ties and locks her in a public bathroom. From there she goes to the market and waits for Kijima. After a while, Renji sends his guards to hunt her down in the market. They try to kill her but she escapes their attacks. She runs in the street and eventually gets weaker because of the poison. Somehow she reaches the bathroom where Renji's guard, Shinzo, who is about to kill Ani. Kate fires at his guards, kills Shinzo with multiple bullets, and flees from there. When Ani follows her, she asks her to leave her, as she is useless to her now. Ani requests Kate to take her with her, as her own family wants to kill her. She reminds him that her uncle killed her father and now he wants to kill her. She insists on taking her on her mission to kill Kijima. Kate tells her that she is dying. Ani injects her with the auto-injector and she agrees to let her join her. After a while, Kate asks her where she can find Renji. She tells her that they can get his whereabouts from his boyfriend, Jojima. He lives in a penthouse at the top of the tower in the city. She tells her the details of the security and then they decide to go there. In the next moment, Ani plays the role of being escaped from Kate and secures herself in the penthouse. The security takes her to Jojima and meanwhile, Kate sneaks into the floor too. Kate points her gun at him and asks about Renji's whereabouts. He does not disclose his location and finds the chance to fight Kate. They fight in his penthouse and eventually, he overcomes her and tries to strangle her. Ani picks up her gun and asks Jojima to leave her. When he does not leave her, she fires a shot but Jojima drops her gun and pushes her away. He picks up the gun to kill Kate but Ani gets up and kills him. They search his penthouse, find guns and Ani tracks Renji from his phone. She shows this to Kate and they head to his location. Ani stops his car. Kate kills his driver and the guard. She asks him where Kijima is. He says he does not know where he is exactly, but every time he disappears like this, he says, to be amongst the family. Ani quickly understands what that means, and asks Kate to come with her. On their way, Kate calls V and tells him that he found Kijima and is going to kill him in the hills. She says it is her last call. He can find her body near a house in Hadazaka. They get a taxi and reach a house. Ani tells her that this is their family house where they used to live before coming to the city. Kate asks her to go. She will finish this alone. She injects the stimulant and gets into the house. There she finds Kijima waiting for her. She asks him why he poisoned her. Is this revenge for Osaka? He says she is thinking wrong, as he has nothing to gain from her death. She was just an instrument. He continued saying that he did not poison her. Someone from her family did that. She wondered what he was talking about. Then he tosses some pictures and says Renji betrayed him, and V betrayed her. Both of them killed his brother, and they gave her the poison. They did not want her to know the truth. It seems we are both betrayed by our own families. She says Varric cannot do anything like this to her. He says he is just a smug Westerner. He says he feels pity for her, as she was being used by him all of her life, and now dying for his sins. He says it is his biggest mistake to abandon Ani at her young age when she needed him the most, and he deserves the punishment for that. Meanwhile, V arrives outside of the house where Ani was waiting for Kate. He tells her that he is looking for one of his friends. Ani does not like him and asks him to leave, but he sits and talks about her parents. He asks her if she ever asked Kate what she did in Osaka. He tells her everything about killing her father. While on the other hand, Kijima turns his face and asks Kate to shoot her. She presses the trigger and comes out where V and Ani were waiting for her. Ani yells at her saying that she killed someone for her, who is the killer of her own father. Kate says she will explain everything, and asks her not to sit in his car. Ani does not listen to her and shoots her. Then they go back in the car, leaving Kate lying on the ground. The next moment, Kijima comes out of his house and gives her the injection. Actually, she did not kill him. That's why he joins her now. V goes to Renji with Ani and yells at him asking why he ordered to kill Kate. He says it was for their mutual benefit. As he said if she is leaving the work, she will terminate her. V says he was trying to change her mind but he gave her polonium-204. Renji asks him to forgive him and move forward. It was revealed that Renji made a deal with Varric to incorporate his team into the syndicate, in exchange for killing Kijima and all of his blood relatives. Ani was watching and listening to them talking about all of this. Later on, Kijima and Kate come to Renji's tower along with his guards. They start killing Renji's men in the building and move forward. Kate picks up a gun and starts looking for V while killing the men. V and Renji come to the CCTV control room. V asks him to call all the teams and form a barricade around their box. Kate and her team kill Renji's men and reach the top floor. After a fierce gunfight, all of Renji and Varric's men are killed. Kijima and his guards kill Renji's guards while he challenges him to a fight in the crystal box. Kijima beheads him in no time for his betrayal. Meanwhile, Kate locates V, who is holding Ani at gunpoint. V reminds him that they are just the tools of the system that does not accommodate dissent. Kijima and his guards also come there, but he orders his men to lower their guns. She requests V not to do this and then suddenly, the two have a fast draw and Varric is fatally shot in the stomach. Ani runs to Kate and then her uncle Kijima. V appreciates her for her shot and dies. Now the movie ends when Ani holds Kate and she dies on the terrace in her arms. Thanks for watching. Subscribe Recap in Minutes for more videos like this, and help the channel grow.